Hello my friends, this is going to be a fairly short video that I'm going to be doing for you today. I hope you're all safe and happy and healthy. I am going to talk today about self-tanner. I talked a lot in my skincare videos, I think specifically in my scars and spots video. I talked a lot about how it is so important to wear sunscreen for the health of your skin and your whole body in general. And at the end of that video I mentioned that I would try to do a self-tanner, a best of self-tanner video, because that's one thing that I love. I love being tan, but I don't ever go out in the sun and tan because it's not good for you. It's really not good for you. And whenever I go out in the sun, I wear sunscreen. I wear sunscreen everywhere that's exposed to the sun because that's super important for the health of your skin. Additionally, it's super important to prevent aging that way. So wear sunscreen and instead use self-tanner. I'm obviously not talking about spray tans in this video because I have absolutely no expertise in that, but if spray tans are a totally legitimate thing to do. If you want to do a spray tan, go do a spray tan. I have never really wanted to spend the time on a spray tan or the money, and so self-tanners are pretty much what I go with. So let's get started. Okay, so these aren't really in any particular order, but I only have 4 to talk to you about today. And I'm going to start out with the St. Tropez Self Tanner. This is the classic bronzing mousse. That is my favorite from St. Tropez. So one thing about St. Tropez is it's absolutely the most expensive one that I'm going to be talking about today. I figured I should at least talk about one more prestige type self-tanner. This is the most expensive self-tanner I've ever used, and it really is amazing. It's between $32 and $42 depending on what size you get. It does last a pretty long time. It'll last you pretty much the entire summer if you're using it during the summer. So that's definitely a good thing about it, but it is extremely expensive and some people are not willing to pay for that for a self-tanner, but I definitely thought I'd mention it. It's really great. It takes a while to take effect, if that makes sense. You have to do multiple applications before you really see a huge difference. But because of that, and a lot of more expensive self-tanners are like this because it makes sure that it's less streaky. It doesn't get streaky or splotchy or anything like that. So that's one thing that I really do like about the St. Tropez, is that it's a very clean self-tanner and the scent isn't overwhelming. Oh, I hate the smell of self-tanner, but the St. Tropez doesn't really have a bad smell at all. So for some people it might totally be worth the money, but I mean, that's obviously up to you. The next one, and oh, by the way, St. Tropez, you can get St. Tropez from Sephora and Ulta, I believe. But the next I'm going to be talking about is the Tanologist Express Tan. This is you can get it in a mousse form or a spray form. I've used both. These are between $15 and $17 depending on which one you get. You can get light, medium, or dark. And same with the St. Tropez, same with most self-tanners, but sometimes it'll be like fair to light, light to medium, medium to dark, dark to very dark, something like that. But the Tanologist, this is a pretty good one. You can get it at Target or Ulta, I believe. And the one thing about it is the spray can be a little bit streaky. The mousse typically isn't very streaky, but the spray can be a little bit streaky, and it is a little more orange toned than something like the St. Tropez. The St. Tropez is a beautiful bronzy glow. The Tanologist, I've found that is a little more orangey, not crazy orange, but just a tiny bit more. And for some people that is like a deal breaker, even if it's just the slightest bit orangey. One thing about the streakiness with the Tanologist is that it can absolutely be fixed with lotion. So don't apply it with the lotion, but apply the self-tanner first and then apply lotion on top of it. And typically that will fix your streakiness problems as long as you have really exfoliated skin. And that's just a bottom line all around rule for any self-tanner. Exfoliate and shave before you apply it, and that will help immensely. The third I'm going to be talking about is actually purely for the face. I think that's obviously, it's important to tan your face too if you're going to be tanning the rest of your body, but most self-tanners do not feel good on the face or are totally not meant for the face. So the Jergens Natural Glow for your face, great self-tanner. It's really good for anyone with sensitive skin. It still does have a little bit of a fragrance, which totally is bothersome, but it's really great for sensitive skin. It actually is super moisturizing. It's meant to be used in the morning. It has some SPF in it, which is really nice, and it's meant to be used when you wake up for the day, not at night before you go to bed. So just keep that in mind. The one thing I will say about it is it gets super dark super quick. Even if you get like the fair to light or the light to medium, it will get dark really quick. So you have to maybe use it probably only, I would only use it once every other day, just because I don't want my face to start getting darker than the rest of my body. And I think the reason they do that is because they know that you're going to be washing and exfoliating and breaking down the skin cells on your face a lot more than the rest of your body. But it's best to use it only once every other day as opposed to every day. But very good for the face. Definitely the best self-tanner I've ever used for the face. So, oh, and the Jergens comes in at $8. So really good price too. And the last self-tanner I'm talking about today is the L'Oreal Sublime Bronze Serum. So they have the Sublime Bronze in a lotion and in a mousse. The serum is my absolute favorite. What you do is you mix it in with your favorite lotion and it works amazing. This one comes in also at $8. I really, really love it. That's what I'm using currently. I know I'm not very dark right now because I haven't been doing it that consistently because I'm stuck in the house anyway, but totally great. Very nice application. It can be a little bit splotchy after the first 1 or 2 applications, but as long as you keep doing it consistently, that splotchiness will go away. And I do mean splotchy, not streaky. It'll have like little spots that are darker than others, at least on me. Other people might be different, but on me, if I just keep going, if I have a couple more nights of application, it goes away and it's totally fine. So if you're going to be doing it, if you're doing it for a specific like beach weekend or whatever, make sure that you start doing it pretty in advance so that you don't have that splotchiness. So. Okay, that's all I have for you guys today. I hope this was at least a little bit helpful. Those are my top 4 when it comes to self-tanners. I've used some others, but they were honestly not worth even mentioning because I didn't like them and they had too many problems. The one thing about self-tanner is that it really totally does not matter what kind of skin type you have, so that's nice. You don't have to think about that. But I hope this at least gives you a little bit of an idea. I would definitely think if you like mousse more, go and look at the L'Oreal Sublime Mousse, or if you like lotion, look at the St. Tropez lotion. They're just as good, really, but those were just my favorite of each of those brands and those types. So just be aware of that. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments below, and I will see you guys next time. Bye, my friends.